Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Today, I'm jumping into how you can build consistency as a singer and a performer and a creative in order for you to really build confidence in your voice, in your career, in your calling, in your side hustle, hobby, intentional creative outlet, whatever you want to call it, of singing. Let's build consistency. So this was actually inspired by one of you guys who I've connected with on Instagram, who was coming to the masterclass, and you filled out like the form that I had. I also kind of get like some of what you guys are interested in wanting to talk about on the podcast more through the Facebook community as well. And this girl was talking about wanting to develop consistency, wanting to feel more consistent as a singer. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to talk through how we can build consistency as singers. If you guys have questions that you would like to share, you have concerns, you want your question to be featured here on the podcast, you can go to, guess what, guys? I made a link. I made a link for the community page so you don't have to go typing into Facebook anymore. Hallelujah. So go to creativelybyestelle.com/community. And then you can just scroll down and click I want to join the community there. That way it'll just redirect you directly to Facebook. So you don't have to type anything in, but to join my online free Facebook community, you can go to creativelybyestelle.com/community and make sure you fill out the group rules. Lately, a couple of you guys have been joining, but not filling out the rules. Fill out the rules so that way I know what your number one question is, what I can help you with, and also so you can like agree to the group rules and whatnot, just to keep everyone safe and enjoying the space. So please go to creativelybyestelle.com/community if you want to sign up there to join the free community and answer the questions in there to let me know what's your number one question, like what's your number one struggle when it comes to singing, and I'll make a podcast episode out of it and feature your questions. So this particular question was from the form for the masterclass, but I also pull from the Facebook group. So that's a side note. Anyway, all right. So how can we build consistency as singers? Okay, so I'm literally coming at you after, let me tell you what my morning was. So I had my like early morning devotional time, quiet time. I went and did a little workout, and then I got dressed, and then I had a podcast interview for a podcast coming out. And then not for this show, but another show that I was interviewed on. And then I had a lesson with one of my professors from school, had a voice lesson. And then from there, I started to, transition into recording this podcast. And I have teaching all afternoon, teaching private lessons. So I say that to you to kind of give you a little bit of a picture of the whole routine, right? So the picture that I was trying to depict very briefly for you just now was that I had a routine for my morning, right? I knew that I start with my Bible study every morning. I always start with time with God as much as possible, praying with my husband and then praying on my own as well. And then I usually try to get in a quick workout, even if it's just 10 minutes, like a quick movement. I try to get in that movement and then I get ready, get dressed for the day. And then I usually will start with like something related to the podcast or the business, admin work, etc. Today it was literally being interviewed for another podcast. And then I will get into my voice practice. But today I got to take a lesson with one of my teachers. And that like was my voice practice for the day. But what that does is that it set me up to know exactly what I'm doing in these pockets of time. And so I know that and it helps me to kind of make sure I'm keeping my voice practice towards the top of my day before I get into teaching, before I get into, doing lessons or schoolwork or whatever else the rest of the day. I try to keep voice practice towards the beginning of the day. It's hard. It's hard. But that helps me to know when I'm doing what I'm doing to prep for auditions, to prep for anything coming up, to just practice my singing. And so that consistency, like doing that, moving that towards the beginning of my day, having that routine has really helped me. Like it's just helped me feel like, okay, I am a singer. Like I'm doing the thing. You know what I mean? Like, because you can be like, you are a singer if you sing, right? But sometimes when you're not in a show or you're not, like, let's be real, if you're not in a show, you don't feel like you're much of an actor or performer or singer, right? Because you're not currently doing anything in a production or in a show or in a gig or something like that. But we are still singers, even if we're not in a gig or we're not in a show, right? Or we're not in a production, we're still singers. But how do we prove ourselves? Like, how do we prove to ourselves, like, I'm still doing the thing, I'm still singing? It's by building in this consistency. And so, like, in the midst of like voice teaching and building this online studio and this podcast that I love you guys. And like also figuring out marriage and how to run a home, like, question mark, like figuring all that out literally in the last several months. And also life and friends and church and family and school. Oh yeah, school. Like, so much going on, right? And I know you're the same way. Like, I know you have a lot going on. Are you guys enjoying the squeaky chair? I'm so sorry. My chair is squeaky in a little bit in the background. Sorry about that. I'll try to stay still as I talk. Okay, this is me staying still. But I know your lives are like that. Like, I know that you have a very, very busy life because hello, life, right? The world today, it's very busy. But building in that consistency is what makes you feel like a singer. It's what makes you, it's how you prove to yourself that you are still a singer and that you are still on this journey, even if it's just a little bit of singing every now and then. But like, you're building in consistency, meaning you are establishing some sort of routine. So let me get into the 3 steps to help you build this consistency so that you can feel more confident in the fact that you are a singer. And subsequently, as you build in this consistency, you're going to build consistency in your voice training, right? So it's not only about the mental aspect of like proving to yourself that you are a singer because you are practicing consistently, you are performing consistently, but on top of that, you are developing your voice consistently over time, even in small ways. You're going to see the outcome of that. Okay. So, consistency is key. It's key to feeling confident in whatever we do as singers and performers and creatives. So, how do we establish this? Number one, I want you to start your practice sessions. Girl, if you are not doing your voice practice, let's have a chat. Let's have a chat. Because look, the thing is, you can do a voice lesson here or there, even if you do a voice lesson every week, that's great. But what you do outside of lessons, what you do outside of the performance, what you do outside of the workshop, the masterclass, that is what is going to make the impact long term. It is your practice time. So even if it's starting with 5 minutes a day, that is so worthwhile to begin to develop that consistency in your voice itself, like the muscles that you are using to sing, engaging them every single day in small ways, just doing a few warm-ups. Guys, I have vocal warm-ups for you guys. In fact, at the time I'm recording this, like, you're about to get the episode coming out in a couple of days. Episode number 237, daily vocal warm up for beginner singers in under 10 minutes. Okay. That's a great one to go to. It's a daily vocal warm up that you can all use. Just click it and sing along. Okay. Like, you need to start to daily, regularly, like a few times out of the week, maybe take off 1 or 2 days, but consistently practicing your voice, doing a voice practice, even if it's just in the shower, doing the play my podcast episode and sing along. Great. You are starting to train your voice in small ways. Start with 5 minutes and increase from there. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. You got to start practicing. So that's number one, is start your practice sessions. Another thing to do, number two, is to have a routine, right? So once you've started to just like doing a little singing, what was that English? When you have started to do a little singing, once you started to do a little singing, great. You've established, like, you're doing little practice sessions as you're getting dressed for the day. You're singing along with the warm up, and maybe you're singing a little bit of a song that you like. Right, great. Or maybe you do it. I would love for you to do it after you have finished getting ready, or maybe at the end of the day, and you're really focused on the singing itself. But to start with, if you need to do it while you're doing something else, I understand. While you're driving, while you're in the shower, great. But I would like for you to eventually get to, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes of focused time when you are just focused on singing and listening to your voice and you're not distracted by other things. But once you have started doing those practice sessions, now I want you to start to create a routine. Okay. This is the first thing that I get into with you actually in a voice lesson, because I give you practice notes, like I give you voice notes at the end of the lesson, and it goes through exactly what we do in the lesson. And that is your routine that you can use. Hey, you can use that forever and ever. Start with your warm up, then go to technique exercises. I'm going to give them to you in voice lessons so you're not confused on what to do. You'll get them, right? And then get into your song practice. And then at the end, you can do a little cool down if you want to as well. So having that structure, creating that routine of what are you doing first? Then what are you doing next? Then what are you working on for your song? If you don't know what song to work on, hey, let's figure it out. Come grab a lesson. We'll figure it out in the voice lesson. You can go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio if you would like to book a lesson. But that's what I help students do from the very first lesson is we figure out what song you're working on. And then I give you the voice notes at the end so that you have that routine. So you know exactly what to practice. And then you've decided already when you're going to be practicing. Okay. So once you've started to do a little bit of practice every day consistently, right, as often as you can, then start to build in that routine so that you know what you're doing every time. That's going to make you feel like you're able to be more consistent because you know exactly what you're doing. You're not like, what am I actually doing? Like, there's no confusion or questioning. So yeah, a practice routine is great. And then the last thing I would say is that this is a fun one, like set performance goals, set small, even if it's small, but set performance goals. So once you started practicing a little bit, you've established your routine within the practice session that you have. And then I want you to set a goal. So that way you like feel like you're working towards something as a singer that will inspire you, right? And this goes for any creative act that you do. Like if you're working on building confidence as an actor, as a dancer, as a painter, right? You want to build that consistency, and then you want to like have a goal for what you're working towards, right? You're working towards an acting audition. You're working towards maybe you want to I'm trying to think. You want to present your painting at an art show or something. Like you're working towards something. You want to do a dance. You want to kind of like do a dance. What's it called? Like a reel. You want to maybe film a reel, a video. What am I saying? You want to film a video for your dance reel, right? And so you're prepping for this particular goal, right? The day that you're going to be shooting the video for the dance reel, the day that you're going to be submitting or filming your self-tape for that audition for acting, the day that you're going to be going in for that audition for this show, right? Or set smaller goals if you need a smaller goal, like you're going to go sing at this karaoke night at the end of the month. Great. So you have these practice sessions, you have your practice routine. Now you know what you're setting yourself up to perform in, right? Now you know what you're working towards. So that will kind of give you that drive to remain consistent so that even if you miss a day or two, which is going to happen, like give yourself grace. I am a professional voice teacher and singer and actor, and I miss days all the time, and I give myself grace and I just start again the next day. Like it's not going to kill me, but I'm as consistent as I can possibly be. And knowing that I have an audition coming up, or I have a performance coming up, or I have something, a rehearsal coming up, that kind of helps me like keep myself consistent, because I'm like, okay, I have this audition literally at the end of the week. Like I'm speaking for myself, actually. That's what I have coming up. I have an audition this weekend. So I know that I'm preparing throughout this week, the next several days, like I'm going to be consistent, hands down, right? Because I have this performance goal. So setting yourself up with performance goals is another helpful thing to do. So if you really want to build consistency, you want to feel more confident as a singer, I really recommend these 3 tips. Number 1, start your practice session, start with 5 minutes if you need to, and go from there. Okay, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Try to find focused time if you can, even if it's just 5 minutes after dinner, even if it's just 5 minutes before you leave the house to go to work, right? Find the focused time that you can practice. And then make sure that you have a practice routine, within that time, so you know what you're doing. and then set a small performance goal so that you have something that you're working towards. Okay. If you need any help with this, you guys know where to find me. Come to creativelybyestelle.com/studio so that you can book a lesson with me. And I'd love to help you with this. But I would love for you to come to the community page, come to the Facebook group and tell me which of these steps you are going to start today. Okay. Are you going to start your practice sessions? Are you going to start using an actual routine when you practice? Are you going to set a performance goal? Go to our community, come to our Facebook community, and let us know which one you're going to do. I would love to hear from you. Again, creativelybyestelle.com/community. That is for the Facebook group. Come and share which of these steps you're going to do today so that we can help keep you accountable. Okay. I'll be in there. I'm hanging out in there with you guys. I'm responding to you guys. I'm here for you. Let me know which of these you are doing starting today, and I will continue to support you. I'll hype you up and I'll keep you accountable. Okay. So go to creativelybyestelle.com/community to let me know which of these steps you are doing today. And let's be building consistency. Like, this is how we grow as confident singers, performers, and creative artists overall. So build that consistency. I'm here cheering you on as always. Thank you so much for hanging out. I know I had some moments today. I had some moments, but it's okay. We're here, keeping it going. All right. Thanks so much for being here as always. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope this helped you. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the performing arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.